Welcome to the next episode of That You Can Cook. Tonight, we'll be making street meat. Street meat? What's that? Well, down in the city where I work, on 53rd and 6th, there's this little cart on the side of the street. And they're everywhere. They're like on every corner, and they sell halal food. To me, it looks like Mid-Eastern, Greek, Arabic, some form of, cooking, and it just smells incredible. It's incredibly potent, it smells really good, and I've been on a quest to try to replicate it. Because when you're in the city and you're watching them cook it, they have two types you could get. You get chicken, you get lamb. Now, is it really chicken? Who knows? Is it really lamb? Who knows? I mean, it could be just some cab driver that they got pissed off at that into the vat you go. So, I figured, let me try making it at home. And let me tell you, this place on 53rd and 6th, you go past there at 8 o'clock at night, there's a line like 3 blocks long. It's amazing. I mean, the food's really good. It's really, really good. But to wait like an hour or two online for it seems a bit extreme. I mean, I go at lunch, boom, I'm in, I grab it, I'm out. They don't stay on that corner, though. At lunch, they move on to a different corner. There's some other sneaky guy that comes over there and makes it seem like it's him. But anyway, tonight we're going to make street meat. I'm going to do it with chicken, just because that's what I had. Lamb's probably good too. And, one of the things you get there is like a gyro or gyro. It's the, lamb on a spit. That's not this. This is just going to be marinated chicken. So, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make the rice. So I have a cup of rice, and I've got my rice cooker back here. 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. And to add to the rice, we've got a ½ teaspoon of turmeric that gives that yellow color. And as we said in an earlier video, I don't really know if turmeric has taste, but it definitely has color. I mean, it stains anything it touches, so be careful with the stuff. I've got 2 bay leaves and 4 or 5 cloves. So we'll get that started. And we're off and running. Now, one of the debates on the internet of what they serve there, they have 2 sauces. They have a white sauce and a red sauce. They may even have a green sauce, I don't know. But the red sauce is hot, the white sauce is cooling. And it's some type of tzatziki-ish sauce. It's not quite tzatziki. I think there may be some mayo in there. It's white, it's smooth. There's not a lot of particles or cucumbers or dill that's really easily visible. Tastes really good. I don't know how to make it. I have no clue how to make it. I made tzatziki. It's close enough. Next, we've got our chicken. I took 1 packet of chicken breasts and chopped them up. I saved you the agony of watching me do that. I hate chopping chicken, so I'm sure watching this can't be much more fun. And we're going to marinate it. Now, it's great if you can marinate it overnight. I've got like 10 minutes because I'm starving. So forget marinating overnight for now. These are really strong spices. They'll work pretty well. Overnight, though, is better. We've got 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 teaspoon of paprika. I use a sharp paprika. We've got ½ teaspoon of curry. We've got a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. 1 teaspoon fresh grated ginger. Also need about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. That's about right. Close enough. Now you can let this marinate while the rice is cooking, because it's only going to cook for about 10 minutes. Once you get everything done, about 10 minutes or so. Okay, so the chicken's marinating, and I chopped up some salad. Traditionally, my nose. Traditionally, street meat is served with the yellow rice, which we were making, the meat, a salad, and some sauce on top. So the salad is usually like cucumbers and lettuce and tomatoes. I say traditionally, like I've been eating it for years. I've only had it a couple times. But you want 1 onion thin sliced. This is a giant onion. Giant onion. This is too big, so I'm going to cut it in half. Someone watched and said I have terrible knife skills and that I'm going to cut my finger off, which may be the case, but I don't think it's that bad. My knife skill's that bad. Okay, get the pot going again. Slap in there a little more olive oil. Like a tablespoon. A little crazy. I mean, you watch these TV chefs, they're like, oh, put some olive oil in. They put in a whole freaking bottle. Of course the damn thing tastes good. Now that I'm thinking about it, it would probably be good overnight if you marinated it in these spices and a little bit of yogurt. I've been looking online for a recipe for street meat, and there's a dearth of recipes. Dearth, is that the right word? I mean, there's hardly any. I found like 2. Someone gave me one of the nice people on gardenweb.com gave me one. It wasn't exactly what I was looking for. It was probably something really traditional in that region of the world, but it wasn't traditional in New York City, cart with unidentifiable protein. I found another one somewhere else that was pretty good. It had all the same ingredients that I had, except instead of using teaspoons, it used tablespoons. Which just seemed like a lot of spices for this amount of chicken, and it tasted really, really good, but was gritty. You know, it was like there was so many spices in it, you actually felt the spice on your teeth. So I cut it back to teaspoons. You're also going to need, at some point, you're going to need some tomato juice. I use V8 because that's what I happen to have. You know, leftovers from Bloody Mary night. A little bit of red wine vinegar. I think you use white vinegar also. I use red wine because what I happen to have, left over from some other night. And your hot sauce of choice. Tabasco works fine. I like this Tapatio stuff. It's a little hot, you know, a little spicier. You know, puts hair on your hair. But you could use Tabasco or anything else. There's another, wow, hot. We'll lower that a little bit while we caramelize. And we'll be back in a minute when that's all done. I mentioned before about caramelizing the onions. I had a total brain freeze. We're not caramelizing, we're just sweating them. We're just getting them to like the point where they look kind of like this. You know, they're nice and soft, they're good, but they're not all sweet and brown and good like that. That's safe for something else. Okay, we're going to take this and crank the heat up again. We want to get a nice high heat. Cook this stuff down. Me being Jewish, I'm not the biggest expert on halal food. I'm pretty sure halal is the Islamic version of kosher. You know, it's just their religious way of preparing and eating, preparing food, and you know what fits their religious structure. But what the hell do I know? I mean, okay. So when you start to see the marinade, which is really the spices, start burning a little bit, not really burning, but getting kind of brown, that's when you got to add the other stuff. So we've got a little tomato juice and a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. So the red wine vinegar goes in, and the tomato juice, the tomato juice. I think it was 6 ounces. That goes in, and now we just kind of stir it around until pretty much all the liquid has reduced down. I'm going to lower it just a little bit. That was like cranking hot. I'm going to lower it a little bit. Now you just cook it till the liquid is completely reduced. I'm pretty darn sure that you watch them cook it down there, they don't use tomato juice. So somewhere this recipe kind of deviates a bit. And you watch them cooking it there, and they have just like a mound of food. It's like a mound of chicken or lamb. And they just kind of cook it like starting like 11 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock in the morning up until lunch. So it's like low and slow, and it's coated in spices, and they probably marinate it in a whole bunch of stuff overnight. Let that cook down a little bit, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so most of the tomato juice is reduced down. Put about 10 shakes of this in, stir it up, and you should get it to a consistency kind of like that. Right, so a little bit of liquid, not much, you know, not too, you know, you want a little watery. Now, by the way, this looks nothing like the carts down there. The carts down there is very dry, but this tastes good, so it's close. One day I'll get there. Enough experimentation, I'll get exactly how they make it. Okay, so let's plate the supper up. We have our tzatziki that we made before. A little extra hot sauce on, because when I go down there I ask for red, which is the hot one. Tzatziki to cool off the street meat, and a little on the salad. And there you have it. Traditional street meat, Andy style, Jewish style, our style. Enjoy.
Söz verdim ben bir daha asla sevmem diye.